Why, hello everyone, and welcome to Sunburned Albino plays the Ace Attorney Trilogy, episode 64. We are exactly where we left off. We're going back to one Kurita's room, where we're going to search for the listening device that's been planted there. Now, it's pretty obvious where it is. It's that stupid fucking robot bear that Mr. Phoenix Wright didn't see the first time, even though I hovered directly over it, and he was still like, oh, there's no clues here. Like, no, there were clues there. In front of your face they were there. Some attorney you are, some investigative detective you are. Gonna need gumshoe to save your ass. Don't understand it in the slightest. Whatever, let's just go. Bang, 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 bang. How's it going, everybody? This is my real voice. Oh my... Hey! Wow. Alright. Is it, though? Is this my real voice? Like, do you even know what I really sound like? What if this is just the default voice that I've chosen for the channel? Who knows what I really sound like? Maybe I've been hiding a British accent this whole time. You don't know. You don't know nothing. Maybe I'm from New Zealand. You don't know nothing. Hey, you're finally here, pal. Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly, I'm staring at the precinct doors. From the outside, I mean. So yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item! Hey, calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's. Wow, so this is a bug sweeper. It looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh, by who? Me, of course. Ah, seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up, but I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work, trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But... what? But you can't set the sensitivity, so it's going to beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. But isn't it better that way? Oh, well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal. Gee, I wonder where it is. So we're going to find it, right? Right, now first let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough looky-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press the X button to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that's going to give off radio waves, so let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Alright, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal? Found it. Ah, what a lovely bear. Growl! Ah, this must be one of those fancy bear-shaped toy robots. It's a robot? It's a real robot? Yeah, it's a real one. Mr. Nick! Yes? How many horsepowers is it? How many horsies? Horsies? Well, look, it's a bear, so, I'm sorry, this isn't it? Well, the phone is the most common place for a listening device, I'd say. But let's take the receiver apart first before we get ahead of ourselves here. Wow, you know a lot about electronics, don't you, Mr. Nick? Yeah, I know tons, especially when it comes to taking them apart. It's my specialty. I'll leave the fixing part up to Gumshoe. So, is there a listening device in there? No. And I really thought it had to be in the phone, too. Oh, bug in the lamp. Lamp, check. Listening device? Nope. There are a lot of lamps in this room, aren't there, Mr. Nick? Yeah. And they're all on. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful? Yeah. I'll be more conscientious from now on, sorry. no lamps. I don't really think the listening device is in the TV, of all places. Looks like the TV was left on and now it's showing an old samurai movie. Yeah, this channel plays all sorts of international movies as well as domestic ones. You know, every time I watch one of these old movies, I always think, wow, these Japanese stars are really good at English. Yeah. When I grow up, I want to study Japanese. I should probably keep my mouth shut here and not destroy her dream. Dude, I can't believe it's not this robot. This was a red herring. And they turned it into a false flag. It's a red herring that became a false flag. Yo, is there any radio waves in the frickin' tomato juice, bro? The radio is on and playing something. Oh, it's Kid's Question Corner. Professor, why is the Earth round? Yes, why is it, Mr. Nick? Why don't you listen to the radio program a little more, Pearls? There's no listening device in that notebook computer, huh? What's a notebook computer? Do you know what a notebook is? Yes, it's a small book with paper that you can write on. So? Well, that thing is like a notebook in a way. It's basically a small laptop. Mr. Nick, what's a laptop? Oh my god, children are so annoying. It's the TV's remote control, but it doesn't look like the listening device is in here. So I was thinking, I wonder if a TV remote works on other things, like, could I make you change your expressions like TV channels? Zap! Hey! But if I could, ooh, the people I would give the old mute button to. Well, I don't think it's going to work on me. Why don't we try it on Maya tomorrow, okay? Okay. What is this? What's this? It's a small video camera. No listening device in this gizmo. Everyone's trying to make everything smaller and smaller lately, aren't they, Mr. Nick? That's what it seems like. But I want to grow bigger and bigger. Well, eating only vegetables isn't going to help you there. You have to eat meat, too. Ahaha! That's right, checkmate, vegans. Alright. Well, it certainly looks like an alarm clock. What's wrong? Why do you look troubled? I just can't imagine the listening device being inside this alarm clock. It just, sort of reminded me of something that happened a long time ago. Oh. Well, anyway, it looks like the listening device isn't in here. What is this? Wow, there's a really delicious loaf of bread in here! Looks like it's been on keep warm all this time since the murder. Well, Mr. Scruffy Detective always says, gotta keep the trail and crime scene warm. I think the keep warm in that case is a little more metaphorical. It's a plain old calculator. It says 50 on it. Maybe he was calculating his allowance? A whole 50 cents? Maybe if he was a spirit medium. Oh, the water in this hot water pot has run out. I'll go get more water for it. Okay, sounds good. Looks like she's forgotten all about looking for the listening device. This is a refrigerator, right? I really don't think the listening device is in something like this. Because it's filled with nothing but healthy vegetable juices, right? Yeah, sure. What does that have to do with listening devices? What's this? It sort of looks like a hot water pot, but... Oh, well, it's kind of like a hot water pot, I guess. But instead of hot water, coffee comes out. Really? This pot can do that? Is there a pot that orange juice comes out of? I don't think there's anything like that, Pearls. Sorry. Damn, but there should be, am I right? Where the hell is this listening device? Whoa. Hold on. Look at that. This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean. No, not yet, but this bear's eye is... Let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found a device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we've got.
No, you can't! Such a violent act!
Ugh. Rip.
No!
It's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer.
A what-a-what-a-mitter?
What? A transmitter, pal.
Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff?
So this tiny thing is a camera? Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera, mostly used in security systems.
So it's a video camera.
It runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set.
But there's no videotape in this camera.
This is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside it is somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
The footage is changed into radio waves, and then it's sent to that recorder.
So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it?
Hey, you know, you're right. Set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. for 1 hour, was running at the time of the murder.
So what is a transmitter? Dude, are you retarded?
It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal.
It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing.
Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record it at a certain time with it.
You can set it for a certain time?
Yep. Let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour.
8 p.m.? That was the time the awards ceremony ended.
There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess.
Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here?
I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder.
Then maybe...
Maybe this camera caught the murder on tape.
What?
And if you think about the angle the bear is at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal.
So there was a camera in this bear's eye, and it was disguised as a present.
And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind.
But who gave Mr. Kurita this present?
I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there's got a video of what happened here that night.
Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is?
It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out.
Oh.
Is there really no way to find out? Okay. I got it!
What?
Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go around to the electronics shops and see if I can find out who bought this.
But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m.
Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! Oh, he's got a catchphrase now. I mean, pal already was, but, you know.
He's gone.
Yeah.
But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mystic Maya's sake.
It's a mystery on how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right?
Ah!
Ooh, I was right. You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now.
Edgeworth, what are you doing here?
A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward one step at a time.
I see. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You are one lucky man, right?
Huh?
Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl?
I have no idea.
Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade and only a small number of these are exported here.
What?
The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is.
Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really?
Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. Huh? I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do.
Snatched up. Oh, you can just carry that shit?
See you soon, right?
Wait!
What?
Why are you doing this?
I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, right? Until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Kurita? The real killer? Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews?
To be honest, I don't know anymore.
You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth.
Juan Kurita's real killer, Miss Andrews' past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. On Guard. And this card, Shelly the Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. To be continued. Oh yeah, Ace Attorney Trilogy. Let's do it, yeah! Alright. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya. These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. So the real person who killed Mr. Kurita was that assassin, Mr. Shelly the Killer, right? And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who was his client? You mean, who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, there's still a killer. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be. Matt On Guard himself? If Mr. On Guard really did hire the assassin, then he is not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime. But it can't be Mr. On Guard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him... Mr. On Guard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Kurita? Alright, just so we're clear, dude, I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Kurita, okay? I didn't see any Cyclops at that time, but also all he said was that he didn't personally kill anybody. Actually, that reminds me. Did you remember something, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. So what is this interesting thing? Oh, that's right, you didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Mr. On Guard's secret? What is this secret? I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Kurita was going to reveal this secret. That means... Mr. On Guard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Kurita silenced. Yeah, but only if he knew about it. Which means we have to meet with Mr. On Guard. There's no way around it now. Well, good. Let's finally get this shit done. Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it's been like, what, 30 seconds since you stepped out the door? Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this secret Mr. Kurita held about Mr. On Guard, and Miss Andrews' real intentions. These are two things I must know tonight. But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center? I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. Oh my god, just stop interrupting me. I'm trying to get to the detention center. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. And that's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care, but the request came from Edgy Poo, so... Edgeworth? And he said... If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. So I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you! Ugh, gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. This is absolutely top secret, so you better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents. Very interesting. I'm sure it was, you know. It was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan. Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews. But I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Kurita. I'll let you in on another secret, youngin'. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious, puffy-haired photographer girl. The nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself, as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself, too. Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet that it's nothing good. But I didn't say anything. So you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two. Oh? I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard. That manager? Who are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she killed herself, though. Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impax, Miss Andrews' mentor, right? Yes, that's the one. That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know. Married? You mean to Mr. Kurita? Really, you young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement. 3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the... Why would Miss Impax want to kill herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan. What? But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager, Celeste, killed herself. How terrible. I wonder what happened between those two. How interesting. Do you have more to say about Celeste? No? Alright. By your security, maybe you saw this bellboy. Alright. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. Looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. Well, does that mean we can go to Mad On Guard's room now? Doesn't seem like it. What if we go back to the living room? It looks like no one is around. What happened to that person with the stuffed teddy face? Oh, she must mean that butler with the stitches in his face.
Shoo! Meow. Oh, there you are. I guess you're still awake, huh, Shoo? Meow. Come on, let's play.
I wonder if that butler, Mr. Doe, is already asleep or not. There's another door. Shouldn't go on it. Alright, I guess there's nothing here. Whatever, man.
Feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened.
You're Mr. On Guard's lawyer, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness.
A decisive witness? You mean for the On Guard case?
We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth.
What's Edgeworth up to now?
Who is this witness?
I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
Mr. Nick?
Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, I can't see any way to win here.
Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something.
He did?
Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission. So there you go.
What?
I've already called them so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content.
Thank you very much.
This is such good news, Mr. Nick.
Go talk to your heart's content. Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. On Guard and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? Do I only get to pick one? Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Kurita had on Mr. On Guard. That's right, she would be the one who knew, rather than him. I'd like to ask you about Matt On Guard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. On Guard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. About Miss Celeste Impax, I had finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back, and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? How do you know it's not already burnt? I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. The suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. On Guard? That's simple, because he is the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police?
But there had to be another way.
The police are excellent at doing their jobs, so they'd figure it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death.
Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge.
Huh? Did you say something just now?
Here we go. Only one, huh? A Cyclock, huh? Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy.
But...
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say revenge. let's give it a shot here. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. On Guard for the murder? I've already told you countless times it's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it! I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. On Guard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There is something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. This was the easiest psych lock of all time. So much so, in fact, that it made me overthink it. There is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge. And that is Miss Impax's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him, yet. But for you to hate Mr. On Guard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impax and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? I don't think we actually got evidence. We don't know this. Yeah, no, we don't know it. Don't think I have enough evidence yet. Investigate. Yeah, okay. Then let's talk to... Oh, why are we coming back? Why is this new? Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Who is that? Uh-oh. Mr. Powers? What happened? Why are you here?
You see, I got roped into this somehow.
What?
And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial.
So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers?
I was talking with a detective until a little while ago when I was on my way home, when all of a sudden, you're under arrest, and I was brought back here.
Oh.
They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something.
Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious.
I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime?
Dude, they're doing a great job of distracting me right now. So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about?
I really don't know yet, but it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me.
You saw something important? What was it?
Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said.
Who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about? I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me.
Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya and myself are your only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright! Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I?
This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know, because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going.
But what is he really like?
Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say, it's just a game, to justify himself.
What? How horrible! That's unforgivable! Ooh, did he stick his Matt On Guard dick into Celeste Impax? After their marriage announcement? Wowee!
Ow, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me.
Oh, it's Celeste, isn't it? One person who wouldn't swoon over him?
His manager, you know.
Oh, Miss Adrian. Okay, never mind. Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic?
You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right?
A dazzling sort of image. But aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers?
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Oh, hey, so did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide?
You mean Miss Impax? We heard something about how her wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up his skin is practically glowing with electricity.
Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it.
We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note.
Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Kurita? Why do you figure so?
Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends, and she said, "It looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man."
A truly insidious man? Did she mean Mr. Kurita by that?
Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note.
I see. Well, that's some good info, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. On Guard and Miss Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now. There are still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. Okay, let's talk to Matt then.
Dude, it's Mr. Wright. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you.
I hope so too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Kurita was killed by an assassin and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt On Guard.
What's wrong?
Mr. On Guard, there's something I must know with 100% certainty.
You seem kinda different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self.
About the press conference.
You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai?
Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Could you please fill me in on what this secret is? Please.
There we go.
Holy shit! I knew this was coming. Mr. Nick? Don't tell me. Cyclops.
You said they're secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude?
Did you know about Mr. Kurita and Miss Andrews' relationship?
Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life.
Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Kurita. Her mentor was Mr. Kurita's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impax's suicide note from him.
Celeste.
Does that jog any memories?
Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for a pizza? My treat.
Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it kind of like pea, like green peas? Let's go eat one later, okay?
I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop.
That's too bad.
Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay?
Mr. On Guard, are you connected to Miss Impax's suicide in some way? Can I present stuff to you? Kind of scared to show him this card.
What's wrong, dude?
Oh, so about this picture card. Have you ever seen this before?
Nope, never saw it before in my life, dude.
I don't think he's lying, or is he? Then again, he looked like he gasped just now. Maybe I'm seeing things? About this. Mr. Nick, you can't! Huh? Miss Andrews said she doesn't want anyone to know about that, remember? It was just at the fucking trial. He was there. What are you talking about? What's that? Oh, this? Nothing. It's nothing, really. He already knows that. Oh my god. Mr. On Guard? Dude, I know I asked you to be my lawyer and all, but I don't think I have to tell you anything and everything. What do you mean by that? It just means I don't have to tell you anything and everything, dude. Jeez. Alright, look, I'll try this out. Maybe we can learn a little something. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Kurita had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude, I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Kurita, especially on that night. Ooh, are you the one who put the frickin'... Why don't we have, like, the bear camera as evidence anymore? Damn. Okay, so he definitely is the one who gave him the bear, then. And spied on him. So you are the one who hired the killer. You have to be. You son of a bitch. But we still don't have anything to connect to Andrews. Maybe there was more stuff I had to... Oh, okay. Mr. Nick, your phone!
Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it?
I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous.
Yeah, I know.
Hello?
We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office really soon.
What's wrong?
Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth, he...
Edgeworth?
Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. The end,
Hello? He got cut off.
What's going on, Mr. Nick?
Gumshoe said we need to go back to the office right away.
Then we should hurry back.
I'm scared to go back.
What are you talking about? Mr. Nick, pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news.
Somehow I doubt that. No, wrong place. No, this was an accident. Go away.
What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go.
Well, what happened?
We got him. We know who bought that spy camera.
Huh? This quickly?
And this bear's what gave them away, pal.
The bear?
I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
But wasn't it Mr. Edgeworth that figured?
Shh, Pearls. And go on.
There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it?
It's Matt on Guard. Matt on Guard.
Huh?
Matt on Guard. Your client, that's who, pal.
And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was...
I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear.
A receipt? That's all you have?
Nah, it's not just the receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me. I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. On Guard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. On Guard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. On Guard himself.
My sight is failing me. This can't be. So what about the spy camera we found?
Ah, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away into evidence.
Yeah, thank you. I needed all that stuff before.
I know you don't want to give up, pal.
I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Kurita's room was Matt on guard.
Why would Mr. On Guard do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Kurita in one of their rendezvous.
I bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera.
Are you going to see him? Mr. On Guard, I mean.
Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next.
I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt on guard, what in the world have you done? Credit card receipt. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff, okay. Do we go back to Matt on guard now, then?
I guess so. You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude.
I think it's time you told me the truth.
Relax, don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk.
We have to know, and I have to know before this episode is over, because I don't want to cliffhanger you again. I want to get this shit done. Come on now. Yeah, secret, blah, 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 blah. I know you paid close attention to Mr. Kurita. Well, what do? Do we do the stuffed bear? Yeah. This bear was in Mr. Kurita's room on the night of the murder. I just wondered if, like, you did pick the spy camera, because since that's what's technically, like, watching it, but whatever. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan.
So, it's a present, dude. It actually looks kind of classy, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I hear it's quite expensive. Which is why it is very odd that this gadget was found inside this bear. Here we go. This is a very small video camera. And it was hidden inside this bear's eye.
Maybe it's a really curious bear?
Well, whatever this bear saw was sent somewhere using this transmitter. Which means someone on the night of the murder was secretly filming Mr. Kurita's room.
I guess one had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude?
Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan.
You sure, dude? Who else could it be from?
The person who gave this bear to Mr. Kurita was... Mr. On Guard, don't you know this bear from somewhere?
I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude.
Oh, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend?
What else did the bear tell you?
He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. On Guard.
If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg.
Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet.
Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first?
Here is proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear. Well, this just proves that he bought the bear. This doesn't prove that he put the camera in the bear. But let's try the receipt. Alright. I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. On Guard. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear.
Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $3,800, this could be the toothbrush I bought that one time.
A $3,800 toothbrush?
It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles.
Ew, elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing? Yes? You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Kurita's room and filmed it in secret is... Shit, this is where we stop knowing what's happening. The reason is... I don't know why. Yeah, I knew it wasn't that. I thought it was about to, like, find out what the secret was, perhaps. We don't know! Whoops, don't save. Load, please. Is there anything else you can tell me? You know, gossip. Do you know about what the damn secret could have been? Do you know about the spy camera? Do you know about the stuffed bear? Do you know about the transmitter? Do you know about the credit card receipts? Are you aware of this picture card? Oh, you actually are saying shit. Okay. Those two have such a strange relationship with each other, don't they? Looks like Mr. Powers is just as in the dark about things as I am. Guess I don't have a choice other than to go talk to the two of myself, of course. Oh, God. Why? What can you tell me about Celeste?
That's Juan's former manager, right? Celeste Impacts. She was with Global Studios for a while way back when. But some things happened and she ended up moving over to Worldwide Studios.
Some things? As in...
Well, there's no one left around who knows the details, you know. Only rumors are left now. Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's my manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit, just a little bit. How's everybody know about Miss Andrews? Well, you don't really know her, you know. Just, I'll give you a little bit of details.
No, we already did all that.
What am I supposed to find? Let's go back to the hotel lobby, Viola Hall.
You've got nothing to tell me, I guarantee it. Hallway, nothing. Kurita's hotel room, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing. Nothing! That's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.